What's going on, my creative collective? Welcome back. This is your daily creative reading for Thursday, May 5th, Revenge of the 5th. This is Star Wars week, I suppose. Um, we're going to dive right in here. I would like to invite the angels, my guardian angels, my spirit guides, protectors, teachers, and their healing energy to this space. And I ask that it is a safe and brave space that allows for the fullest expression of our light, humanity, ascension, and healing. All right, so let's do this. This is the Hero's Journey Dream Oracle. So let's dive right in here. In the Castle of Dreams. In the Castle of Dreams. I'm getting some Neptune vibes on this one. In the Castle of Dreams. Weird is the new cool. That's more Aquarian energy, but weird is the new cool. Boldly express your uniqueness. I like it. I like it. A little bit of Venus energy on this too. I'm not going to lie. 111 on the time. A little bit of Venus. Spirit, can I get some messages for May 5th, please, for my creative collective? Discover your superpower. Access 100% of your mojo. Discover your superpower. It's almost like there's something about this dreamy Neptunian energy. This almost strikes me as Uranian energy with the colors, or Neptune as well. There's something about this coming together of, oh, you know what, Neptune and Venus. So it's like higher and lower octaves of one another. And this is almost like you bringing these two energies together. Discover your superpower. Very cool. There's some creative energy at work here too, though. A lot of it, to be honest. Okay, so let's use the Muse Tarot here to kick things off, to kick it all off. I'm going to move the microphone out of the frame. And far enough away that I don't end up accidentally hitting my head. And by head, I mean face. Same difference, right? Okay, Spirit, what messages do you have for my creative collective for May 5th, please? And thank you so much. The Star. Oh, that's really beautiful energy to kick everything off. The Star, Queen of Cups. I'm hearing what you might think are antithetical energies are actually coming together under the same banner for you. I see Uranian energy in the Queen of Cups here, and that tends to be not the most Uranian energy. It's more of a cool regard for things. Temperance, so some Sag energy. So Aquarius and Sag here. Jupiter. You have to feel your way through it, is what I heard. Feel your way through it. We have the Sun, 4 of Swords, 3 of Swords, it's a very interesting process we're going through. The Magician, very important one though. This is a lot of major arcana, my friends, a lot. So this is kind of like building the foundation for something or building upon a foundation. I think there's an accessing of your higher wisdom that's happening here, though, for sure. And it's sort of like desire from a very clear place and this subconscious desire as well with this Neptune energy. 2 of Pentacles on the Magician. 2 of Pentacles showed up yesterday, actually, as well. Knight of Cups. And the Empress. Very cool. This showed up in the antagonist position yesterday, and now it's showing up as you on the outcome. So I love it, love it, love it. So what this means is that you integrated the lessons from yesterday, or you're working with them in a way that's helping you to integrate these powers and energies. So we have the Star and the Queen of Cups. Again, antithetical energies, you might think that they're antithetical, but they're actually, they work quite well together. And And then we have temperance energy, some full moon energy on this card in particular, balancing. Around the full moon on the 16th, you might find yourself slightly activated, I'm getting, but this is just a call to bring it back into balance. It's nothing that'll send you for a true loop, is what just went through my head. But you'll see that there may be ways that you're like, woo, through the through the full moon in Scorpio, especially if you have Scorpio or Taurus in your chart anywhere. So then we move on to the sun. So this is really, I think, there's almost like two energies coming together. So it could be Aquarian and Sagittarian energy coming together within you, but it could also be different aspects of your chart talking to one another. Alternatively, this could be an Aquarian and a Sagittarian coming together. There's like an emotional, there's like a healing maybe that's taking place here, something along those lines. But I think that there's a lot of happiness that's coming from this. This could also just be an internal process of you where you're healing patterns of the ways that you've dealt with emotion and the ways that you've dealt with emotional situations or emotion inducing situations, bringing it into balance. There's a way that you're really stepping out and stepping into the sun with this, I'm hearing newfound energy, newfound way of being. It's almost like you got a baby bird's wings flapping here. The Four of Swords is in the protagonist position. So this to me, this is something that's very important too. Okay, so I'll get to this in a minute. In the position of things that could become a tower if they're not addressed before the tower, is the sun. So it's almost like the energy that I'm getting here is like either neglecting your superpower, neglecting something that's important for you to pay attention to. So I looked right down at the superpower card as I said that. But what I was thinking of more so is that if you're neglecting things that make you truly happy, if you're neglecting to integrate those things or bring them into your experience, I get that there's a way that this can be really harmful for you. So it's really focusing on self-care, and not self-care as a means of bypassing, or self-care as a way of forgetting. Like, this isn't self-indulgence. This is self-care, like really real and true self-care, right? Four of Swords, healing energy, allowing ourselves to really listen to our inner voice and be led by something more than quick impulses or anything along those lines. Yeah. And I'm seeing some Saturn energy in the bottom here. And what I heard while looking at this connection is like, we're building a bridge between the hard Saturn lessons and the healing energy of Aquarius, the star. So there's a healing. This is the protagonist. So I like it in this position because this means that there's something that we're healing and moving on from. The antagonist position is a past heartbreak. So this is potentially connected to Mercury retrograde, where something might come back and you're like, no, or something might come back around and you're really seeing it with very clear eyes, not tear-filled eyes, right? Your eyes are very clear when you're crying. When you're doing that baptism from within and you're really crying, you can't really see because your eyes are blurry. But I think that there's a clarity that you're able to bring to this situation now. And I think you have to do that fearlessly. I think there's something that you have to do fearlessly here because of the Sun and the Leo card. Fearlessly. Do not be afraid. Do not be afraid. And this is something else that's quite interesting. In the bottom here, we see the solar plexus activation here. These are also pitcher plants on the bottom beside this person. Now, what I know of pitcher plants is that they are very, very effective at catching houseflies. And the reason why is because the flies are attracted by the secretion of the plant itself. So then the fly gets stuck, and then the pitcher plant, like it consumes it. So it's almost like these little thoughts that get stuck in your mind. This could be a really important time for you in terms of things that disrupt your happiness. Don't let the little things become big things. And then, interestingly here, we have the Magician, and this is the challenge. This is the main challenge today that you're facing. And I think that the part that I find most interesting about this is Mercury energy. So it's almost like believing that when the universe communicates back to you, right? When you are communicated back with by the universe, what is it that you're believing to be true about that? Like, are you limiting the manifestations? Are you limiting the manifestations because you are neglecting to see them or believe in them as a possibility, like a real possibility for you? Okay. And then we also have the Two of Pentacles, which to me tells me that things come to fruition and they're bigger and better than you expected. You're understanding, though, that there's ways of seeing these things, so you're not having to balance them, but you are able to carry what it is that you're manifesting. You're showered with it. There's a ton of things coming together for you. And more than this card being one of balance or stuck in a suspended kind of state, what I'm getting from here is that you are, this is a certain adaptability. You're adaptable to change, and you're adaptable to changes that come forth from these manifestations. And it's like changing gears quickly. And this is like quick thinking and quick decision making. So this could be manifestations that absolutely surprise you, that completely surprise you, which is a good thing, right? That's a good thing. I think that part of the process here is calling for you to make sure that the little stuff doesn't knock you off track, and that the big stuff, the big heartbreaks you're not sitting in them. You're not sitting in them still, right? You're not crying about the door that's closed. You're realizing that it's a whole field available to you. You're realizing that there's so much more. And the Knight of Cups here comes across to me as an offer of some kind, very heartfelt, very sweet. Yeah, it's just very like I'm getting like playlists and like mushy love songs, that kind of thing, but not like overly like not like overly like icky, right? These are just offerings of like someone's very interested in either working with you, or someone's very interested in you, period. And if you're in a relationship already, this can just be renewed ways of connecting with one another, right? Remembering to date, even though you've been together for a really long time. Remembering the little things, right? Like this is somebody who is a romantic, not a hopeless romantic. I don't dig that. I dig romantic, because hopeless, no. Hopeless is very close to helpless, and I don't like that vibe at all. Romantic, like deeply, deeply romantic and passionate. The fire is in the, I guess, I just heard the fire is in the heat of the muscle as it charges towards you, right? As it comes toward you. So it's like there's something about this that's quite passionate and genuinely lovely. And I think this is you. And I think this offer, this person, this job, this project, this work, this relationship, this date, whatever it is, sees you as the Empress. And I think this is about you stepping into the Empress energy and understanding that that's how and who you are, and not doubting it. Because I get some doubt coming in, and that's why the Magician's in the challenge position here. Like you're like, it's almost like you're saying, I dare you, to the universe. And the universe is like, okay, challenge accepted. But there's no challenge accepted, because that's not the energy of the universe, but it's just like, that's the way you're seeing it. And that's really how you're perceiving these things. So all of these things are raining down around you, all these opportunities, and you feel like you have to hold them all, but you're missing the point, that the point isn't to hang on to one or two specific manifestations. The point is to recognize that you are a drop in the ocean, my daily creatives. Wow. Okay, so we're going to start to clarify here. Man, these are flying right out of me. This is the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot. Spirit, can I get some clarifying messages for my daily creatives for May 5th, please? May 5th, clarifying messages, please, and thank you so much. So we have the Empress and the Knight of Cups. What else? Spirit, what can you tell me about these particular cards here? Knight of Cups, the Sun again, Two of Cups, Nine of Swords, Six of Cups. I'm getting a lot of Mercury retrograde. That I don't know why this is so loud for some of the readings. Well, I don't need to know. This is guidance, right? That's what it is. There is something about seeing the past correctly. I think this has to. I feel like this relates to the Three of Swords here, right? Like this is making sure that we're aligned, because this is on that offer of love, that offer of work, that offer of something that means something to us. The Empress is that grounded energy, right? So the Sun and the Two of Cups, clarified by the Nine of Swords and the Six of Cups. This to me is like very sweet energy, very innocent energy. But then this is like two sides of that same thing, right? We can see new things through the eyes of tremendous worry and absolute fear and terror, or we can see it through the eyes of, this is like one side of the past, and then this is the other side of the past, right? That's why this is showing up in the antagonist position, is because it can go both ways, but it might be slightly tilted more towards the Nine of Swords than the Six of Cups. And that's seeing it for what it is and seeing it through eyes of innocence. But this is also healing the way that the past went, right? This is also healing the way that the past occurred. And I think that is what is going to allow you to meet this new opportunity head on. This new potential soulmate head on as well, like, and head on just meaning in an equal exchange of energy and gifts and care and passion for one another. If it's a project, then resources, right? So we have the Star, the Magician, and the Two of Pentacles here. Spirit, what can you tell me about this particular, just clarify these cards for me. Thank you so much. Whoop. Two of Pentacles, the Lovers, Ace of Wands, Three of Cups, Hermit. I'm getting that there are choices that you've had to make between inspiration and wisdom. And it's like you felt pulled in different directions. So that's sort of why you might be doubting that the universe is actually, like, that Spirit is delivering this manifestation, this Magician energy and Two of Pentacles, this like kind of doubting. And it's almost like you feel compelled to dare the universe because you don't believe that it could possibly happen. So we do it in a playful way. We're like, oh, I dare you to do that. When what we're actually saying is, I don't fully believe that you can do that, right? That's really what that energy is saying. And sometimes dares are fun in competitive energy and all of that stuff, but this is really just about this Lover's card, Ace of Wands, Three of Cups, Hermit is celebrating something about the everyday here, celebrating something about the everyday and not being afraid to communicate that. And I think that's going to help you overcome this hesitation to really believe that things are as good as they are or could possibly be, right? Virgo is sixth house, and sixth house is like, to me, it's like everyday practical matters, right? It's very just everyday, the day-to-day things. And I think that this is where you need to find and appreciate what is true for you, not just about how much good surrounds you, but this is also like knowing that it's like safe to soar. This is like, I think about this as like a future light, like we're seeding light for the future is what I just, okay. But this is like light for the future. This is like a different kind of light, right? The minor arcana reflection of the Hermit is not necessarily the Ace of Wands, but I see it as like you're holding a torch, right? Spirit's holding a torch. You're holding a torch. This is when you start to come together. And I think it does that through this appreciation that you start to in place and put in practice in the everyday. Having appreciation for the little things, starting up a gratitude list. Does it fix everything? No, but it fixes enough things that it aligns your energy in a way that feels better. You just feel better. And that's worth everything in the world. So we have Seven of Cups, Strength, Five of Cups, Six of Pentacles. I think this is about like spoiled for choice, and you feel like there's a bit of a struggle here. So Seven of Cups, Strength card, Five of Cups. You're kind of worried about picking the wrong thing. Don't know your own strength could be another aspect of this. But the Queen of Cups and the Sun here, this was the part where we need to take better care of ourselves. And I'm getting that this is like spoiled for choice, but I think that you have to recognize that you are worth all of the choices that are making themselves known to you. And this could just be in seeing the way that people respect you, the way that people admire you, the way that people adore you or care about you. Those little things, we can question them over time, and it gets lodged in this place in us that really blocks the flow of energy. And usually, generally speaking, from what I've experienced personally, but also otherwise, is it can get stuck in like the root and sacral chakra and solar plexus, and it doesn't flow. Like it just like bleh, like it just does this whole like boop, and then it just fades out before it can really start to move up into the heart space. So I think this is about you believing that you're worth it and trusting that it's not just like some ridiculous charity that the universe is like bestowing upon you out of pity. This is you being given to because I'm getting like there's like a Saturn thing here with the wheel as well. Like there's something about that. Like there's something that's changed in you. So I think you just have to trust that these things are manifesting because they're like, because you manifested them. They're not here because like you're not like, the universe doesn't work in terms of like people giving you things to get back. It doesn't work in terms of the universe giving you things to take pity on you or anything along those lines, right? It doesn't quite work that way. So Spirit, can you please clarify the Temperance card and the Four of Swords here? Four of Cups, Death, Queen of Cups, and the wheel. I knew it was there. I'm going to let my roommate's cat in because he's crying in the hallway like he is missing the best party on the planet, and I'd have to agree. So just give me 1 second. I'm going to let him in. Sebastian, hi. I love that when you go to let cats in somewhere, they just stare at you as though they're doing you a favor. like you were knocking at the door. Anyway, so Four of Cups, Death, Queen of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune. I could feel the wheel in this reading particularly. Like, you have to trust this, right? And I think that what we're doing is we're bringing back into balance, and we're healing the ways that we confused transformation with something being wrong with our perspective, right? Like, how do I word this? Sometimes our perspective shifts, which is an amazing thing, and our perspective encompasses more than what we perhaps realized. But then when real transformation takes place, that's when manifesting takes place as well, because you're clearing the ground. It is fertile for something new to come in, for something wonderful to come in, to be planted, to grow, right? The Empress energy is here. This is like fertile ground. So we have this is almost, in a way, I feel like this is like 5D fertile, and this is like 3D fertile. A bit of a weird way of looking at it, I know, but still, it's how I see it. But it's like, it's this aspect of really understanding that this isn't a mistake. Like, you're almost like hesitant to trust the manifestation, but the transformation card, the Death card, is here. This is Scorpio energy. So Scorpio full moon, keep an eye on that potentially for you. This is sort of like transformation that takes place, but you really aren't trusting it, even though you've been through it. This is like endings and beginnings in this card, right? Like, you can trust this. You can trust it. You can trust the manifestations that are coming, because it's coming as a result of transformation. Again, not from some charitable giving. This is like spirit doing the work with you, for you. These are people doing the work with you, for you, right? Like, this is different energies. So it's like understanding what the real source is, and you're connecting to that. But I think you still have to just trust it. And if it takes time, that's okay. Temperance and the Four of Swords here tell me that there is some healing taking place and things being brought back into balance, which is great. That's fantastic energy. And then we have the Queen of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune, which to me is about this very nurturing. It's like nurturing others without being drained by situations, emotional intelligence. This can also come across as, I think, having more compassion for yourself. And seeing things clearly. Seeing things clearly. I don't know why I just heard put on your Sunday best. I have no idea. But I think that this compassion is going to help you to see that this wheel has turned. Like, there's something that's coming to a completion here, or has come to a completion, but you're hanging on to like a little bit of an old way of thinking about things, because it's how you would not necessarily protect yourself. It's like, it's just how you were taught that manifesting happens. But like, spirit is here because it's like, oh, oh, that's cute. Right? Like, it's like, oh, sweet. Oh, neat. Oh, thanks. It's like spirit's giving you the world, and you're giving spirit a macaroni necklace, and spirit could not be happier at the exchange, because it's something that you made that came from your heart. I don't know where the heck that came from, but still. So keep that in mind, okay? Spirit, can you please clarify this Three of Swords here for me? So I have the High Priestess, Queen of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, Page of Wands. Ooh, we got a little Queen of Swords gifty too. So what I'm getting here, it's on the Three of Swords. So we have the High Priestess, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Seven of Swords. Bottom line, I think that whatever this heartbreak was that you're kind of struggling with right now, I think you need to see it from the perspective of, how much more do I know about myself and what I want as a result of this thing that really hurt me, right? it gave you better access to your intuition. You trust yourself far more now based on the cards here. And you also know what's most important to you. You understand more about both your value and what's valuable to you about relationships and connections and projects and work and creativity and creative projects. I mean, that's the basis of this channel. But like, that is to me, it's about the things that, it's not about what other people took. It's not about what other people took from you. I mean, it is, that's what caused the pain, right? Like, that's what caused the pain. But I think it's important to remember that, an interesting, I just saw this too, the Two of Swords here, it's almost like the Seven of Swords were the Five Swords were taken, the Two of Swords were left, and that's the Two of Swords that leave you in this indecision, right? This sort of undecided place about moving forward and what to do next and whether to trust these things that are coming in. But I'm here to tell you today, my daily creatives, that it's like this castle of dreams that's opened up, right? There's a certain castle of dreams that's opened up, and I get that with this here, the High Priestess and Moon energy and the Queen of Pentacles. There's like a castle of dreams. In the castle of dreams, become altered by the color of your dreams. More full moon energy here with Scorpio. So I could be speaking to some who have felt hurt or heartbreak or something along those lines in these energies, and that you're letting go of this. But I feel like it goes slightly deeper than that. I think it's a perspective shift, not just about gratitude and taking care of ourselves, and trusting what comes to us, that we are not just deserving of it, but that we don't have to earn Spirit's love. Like, it's just there, right? It's just there. But I think that these heartbreaks gave you access to parts of yourself again. When people see the Death card, I think about fertility in nature, and because of my synesthesia, this is what nature looks like. This is what nature looks like to me. So it's like people see this, but this is what I see in the Death card. It's fantastic. And I feel like this is the transformative power of this hurt and heartbreak, is it's given you access to this explosion of color within you. And that's like I get this color of dreams, as in not just sleep and dreams, but like it's given you access to these parts of yourself. And the Page energy is you stepping out and being like, I don't know. The Queen of Swords is the energy within you being, no, we're trusting this, right? This is your inner wisdom speaking to you. And this is your clarity saying, we got this. So you got this, be it today, this week, through this month. So I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to pull from the Notes from the Universe on Love and Connection deck by Mike Dooley. Spirit, can I please get some cards for my wonderful creative collective for May 5th, please? May 5th. Thank you so much. Oh, there's some that's flipped upside down. Oh, yeah, because it's been a long day. Change is always good. Remember this, right? Remember this. It can be hard, but it's still good. You might not know now, but you will. So if there's like a question mark hanging over things right now about manifestations or your path or what you're supposed to do, you might not know now, but you will, which is great energy. I like that a lot. So I'm going to pull from the Miracles Now deck to close this out. Oh, okay, interesting. I measure my success by how much fun I'm having. I measure my success by how much fun I'm having. I mean, that's pretty good. I feel like that's like, if it's play is like, I just love it so much. It's really the only way to be. So So it's about engaging in play and like taking the seriousness out of specific situations, circumstances, and things by remembering what it feels like to lose yourself in a spot of play. To lose yourself in that sense of play and fun. Very fifth house energy. I've been shuffling it in the reverse way so that my deck stops bending in one particular way. Okay. I surrender it all. Okay. It's just funny to me. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, that's clear. I surrender it all. Let it all go. And be it during the full moon or some ceremonial way that you, just for you, let go of things that you've been hanging on to that are not necessarily in your highest good. That is a long message for today, but it's a good one. So, my daily creatives, I hope this resonated. If it did, please like and subscribe. It helps me to grow the channel and to know that this resonated for you. I really appreciate all of your views and support, so thank you so much for that. And for new subscribers, there's more people joining the channel every single day, and for that, I am so, so grateful. Thank you. But if this is where we part, so there's other ways you can connect with me on the channel, but please feel free to do so under the videos. But if this is where we part, my darling daily creatives, I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful morning, afternoon, or night, wherever this finds you on the time-space continuum. All right. Thanks so much and have a wonderful day. I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. Yes. Okay. Bye, guys.